Okay, so the first part of the NewsWatch is, this is our NewsWatch page on our website. It's under the NewsWatch button. And at the top here, we've got long-term criteria or points, situations to monitor. So any changes over the last week, Eusebio?
No, there is no special change for the moment. No, nothing to withdraw, nothing to add.
Okay, Mario Draghi hasn't redone Italy yet?
Oh, it's a bit too early.
I know. So I'm putting in red because there's so few and far between at the moment when there's an update. So that was updated the 14th last weekend, Draghi being the new PM. Okay, so we'll keep that going, and now what we'll do is work on this, the news events that are coming up, and sort out the top 10 pairs, and then the pairs for each day. So I'll flip over to the calendar. Nope, flip over to the calendar. Okay, and this should be on New York time. It is 1:36. I'll just refresh this page.
No, you are not on New York time, Chris.
Yep, I am.
Oh, now, yes, now you are, yeah.
Yeah, it's just I started this an hour and a half ago or whatever. Okay, and I'll bring up the spreadsheet. Okay, let it rip, Eusebio.
Okay, let's go. On Sunday, we have nothing special.
Yep.
On Monday, I will monitor the Euro-German IFO business climate and the German Bundesbank monthly report. And then, now that it's a bank holiday in Japan, no, the retail sales and co-retail sales are not so important in the Forex concerning the New Zealand, so we don't need to mention them.
Done.
Okay, that's it for Monday. On Tuesday.
Let's scroll down a bit.
So, let's see. Not a lot of things, but monitor the pound 30-year bond auction.
Okay. Why did I put all
Then
time frames?
monitor the Fed chairman, so Powell testifying. Then we have the US dollar CB consumer confidence under H4. Then we have Macklem speaking of the Bank of Canada, but probably not important. Due to speak at the Edmonton Chamber of Commerce. No, let's forget. Then we have a very big one in red for the Kiwi with the Reserve Bank of New Zealand monetary policy statement, rate statement, official cash rate, and press conference.
Okay, and I'll scroll down.
Yep. So on Wednesday, we will have monitor the Euro-German 10-year bond auction.
Yep.
We have Haldane speaking, but most probably not an important event.
Where is he?
At 7 a.m. No, just below. This is the 10-year bond auction.
I was just testing.
Due to speak about changing world of work, well-being. No, just general lecture.
He's doing a Zoom presentation.
Yeah.
Sales. Yep.
We have again Powell testifying, so just to monitor. Then monitor the crude oil inventories.
Yep.
And that's it for Wednesday. So not a lot of news in the first part of the week. On Thursday, I will monitor the German GfK consumer climate. Then we have the M3 money supplier over here for the euro, all time frames. Then monitor the all time frame. This is an important one. Yeah, but it takes time to have an impact in the market. Then we have the Italian 10-year bond auction to monitor. Then we have for the US dollar the preliminary GDP quarter over quarter all time frames.
Yep.
Then we have the durable goods order and the core durable goods order under H4.
Yep.
Then we have Bostic speaking, but probably nothing important. Indeed. And then we have the preliminary GDP price index quarter over quarter, so like the preliminary GDP, all time frames.
Okay.
Then we will have to monitor the natural gas storage.
You don't want to monitor employment.
Yeah. The unemployment claim, yeah, I will indeed continue to monitor the unemployment claims.
Okay.
Then we have, again, Bostic speaking. Virtual event hosted by the Greater Naples Chamber. No, let's forget. Then we have the trade balance for the Kiwi, so all time frames.
What's happened? Thursday. Oh, here we go. Okay. Yep.
So the trade balance, and that's it for Thursday. And Friday. Friday is payday. So we will have the Swiss GDP quarter over quarter all time frames.
Yep.
I will monitor the Swiss COF economic barometer.
Yep.
Then we have Ramsden speaking from the Bank of England. Due to speak about bank resolution at a webinar hosted by the Institute of Chartered Accountants. No, let's forget.
Okay. IPP?
No.
No. That's where we are.
Then we have the US dollar Chicago PMI under H4.
Yep.
And that's it.
Okay. And so nothing on Saturday. Okay. I'll just save that. Okay. So the reason we went through this is to pick out news events that could impact you when you're trading. So if you're trading under H4 time frame, like the 1 hour or the 5 minute, watch out for those. Otherwise, other items that are marked all time frames, doesn't matter what time frame you're trading, watch out for those ones. The reason we watch out for them is if there's a surprise comes out, say when the Swiss comes out, or more importantly, when the US comes out and there's a surprise, and it's normally a surprise is regarded as, where's 945? This one here. If it's within, forgotten, 20%, isn't it? Is that too much? 20% of what's expected, Eusebio. Sorry.
Of what? Sorry? What,
okay.
What, Chris?
What constitutes a surprise for 61? 20%?
Oh, for 61, or a few points, for example, 65 or more, or below 55 would be a big surprise.
Okay, but in percentages?
No, it's not a percentage.
No, but what's the percentage of 61?
It depends on the news, Chris. For the Chicago PMI, a few points will be enough. So,
okay.
Personally, I consider 5 points, 6 points, so 10%. Let's say 10%. But it depends on the level of the PMI. So 5 points when the PMI is around, let's say 50. So 4 or 5 points will make a big difference. If it is around 70 points, 5 points will not constitute a big surprise.
Okay, so that's roughly 10. You're looking for a 15% change in the number then.
Yeah, okay. Because we cannot always fix a constant rule for this kind of news, because it really depends where it is located, and it depends on the context too.
Okay, so what...
But what will make a big difference with any PMI number is there is a very special limit, which is the 50 limit. Above 50, that's good. Below 50, that's pretty much bad, very bad. But then we have the deviation, of course.
Okay. Right. Okay, that went a bit deeper than I was expecting, Eusebio. So, so here's that 50 point.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. All I wanted was a rough guide to what we regard as a surprise or not. So generally, let's say 10 to 20% if the variation from what's predicted here, so if I pull this down a bit, sorry, all the headings disappear. So we have a previous, Eusebio's been through this and everybody else has been through this, but we have what happened last month, what we expect to happen this month, and then what actually comes out. And if what actually comes out is about 10 to 20% different to what was forecast, then we tend to regard that as a surprise. Eusebio just added extra information about the PMI being above or below 50 as well to sort of give you a double whammy on that one. But if it's that's regarded as a surprise, and okay, what we want to do is not place any orders within 1 hour of that particular news coming out, and get out of a trade if we're in it within half an hour of that coming out. I think Eusebio said that in his course. There are three currencies which are really important: the US, the euro, and the yen. Those are the major currencies, and any news coming out on those, doesn't matter what pair you're in, treat it as if the news is coming out on that pair. The pound is, we'll come back to the pound, but then the smaller ones like the Swiss and the Aussie and the Kiwi and the CAD, what else? I think that's, anyway, I have a feeling there's one more, but with the smaller pairs, the smallest ones, any news coming out on those ones it will impact just currencies that have got that pair in them. So if you're trading the euro dollar and there's news coming up on the Swiss, like here, it's an important one, but you don't have to get out of the trade if you're, say, in a currency that does not, or in a pair that does not have that particular currency in it. Monitor it because news has come out on the Kiwi, which surprised everybody and made even the pound dollar jump. But most times you'd be okay not having to get out of the trade or wait for the news on the smaller currency to go through. Most times, just be aware of it. And the reason that we don't want you in it is because if there is a surprise, what I was going on about the 10-20% thing, is that if there is a surprise, then it can cause that pair to jump quite a bit. And you could lose some of your account money, the money that you saved up to place your orders, as well as your profits. So we don't want that to happen. There are times when I thank Eusebio for not getting me into that situation, and other times when I'm a bit grumpy with him because I've just missed out on really good movement. But it's better to have your money and be able to complain about it than not have any money and think, oh, I should have done something. Okay, and with all that, the pound is something that sort of straddles them. So for the last few months, or a couple of years, the pound has been all over the show because of Brexit. It's just been causing spikes and stuff. The news coming out on that sometimes affected everybody and sometimes it doesn't. So good luck with trying to figure out what the pound is going to do. But it sort of straddles between the big boys and the big currencies and the little currencies. So good luck on there. Okay, if you have any questions about that, let me know. And what's a daiquiri? Eusebio? I don't know what a daiquiri is. That like a daiquiri?
It's a kind of a cake. In fact, it's a cake.
Oh, not a drink. Okay. Okay. Cool. Good. And what else do we have? Right. So for the a question that we also get asked a lot is, what are the best pairs to trade? And so each week we go through a list of the top 28 pairs, which are these ones. I'll stretch this up and hopefully it doesn't destroy the spreadsheet. So these are the 28 main pairs, and they've been sorted, thanks to Mataf, according to their dollar daily range, not their pip range, but their dollars. Some of the pips are fatter than others. So you can see the pound dollar only moved 90 pips, but has got a better dollar range than the euro kiwi, which has its pips are not worth as much. So something to be really careful. And is that the same as ATR4? No, I'll show you how I build this thingy. But what we do is we pick the top 10 pair out of here, and we have a few extra stragglers hanging on just in case. Just up until recently, the pound was, like I said, going kind of crazy and quite volatile. So we were saying, okay, these ones, perhaps use these for reasonable movements that aren't quite so stressful, that aren't likely to sort of suddenly have some tweet coming from Boris Johnson and making you lose your money. So Eusebio is down as far as the euro pound, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. You can also include Euro card.
Okay. So I'll bring them over here to this list. So these will be the main ones that we recommend, and then these ones are less stressful ones, and I put these on the spreadsheet on the website as well. And I'll show you how I come to these so that you can build it for yourself when we disappear, because we're not going to be around forever. Just life gets you eventually. So on the MATAF site, which is here, and I'll do this again without the front piece, so people watching can just copy and paste, or can type it out better. So this page here will list all the pairs that are available, and there's a whole pile of them. I've excluded a whole list. There was something like 60. It looks like they've gone up to. They've added bonds. They've added currency indexes now.
Chris, I have seen something very interesting. When you will have finished to explain that, let's come back a moment on the bonds. I have seen some very interesting informations, and so I would like to see how they are displayed.
Okay, and yeah, I've only just seen these. I've only just seen that, and these indices just popped up last night as well. So what I've done is I've excluded all that stuff, and so we're left with a list of the top 28 forex pairs, and I sort them over 4 weeks, and this will give us roughly, they say volatility, but it just gives you an idea on the daily range over that particular period. And then I copy these out. If you click on here, you can get an idea on what the best movers are. So the pound Kiwi, the pound Aussie, the pound dollar, and that should be what's reflected in my spreadsheet. So that is what goes in the spreadsheet. I copy these out and then I just massage them so that they list over here quite nicely. Okay, that's all it is for the top 10 pairs. So there's all the 28, and then I just sort them by the daily dollar range. And then the next piece that we're going to do is Eusebio does a magic trick where he matches up the top 10s with the news coming out each day so that we get pairs to look at for a particular day. So rather than burning your brain cells trying to follow 10 pairs or 14 or 15 pairs at a time, it'll chop it down to, say, maybe 3 or 4 per day. And if these ones aren't moving very well, then you have a backup set as well. So, and if you have any questions, please let me know, because sometimes I don't explain well. But let's do this, Eusebio. So what we do is we look for news for that trading day, and the trading day goes from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. So on Monday, we won't be including the, say, the Aussie goods trade balance, if it was a major item, if it was under H4 or all time frames, because it's 7:30, which is regarded as the next day. So Sunday we've got nothing, Monday we've got nothing.
Okay, so we will have for Monday the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
Then the pound US dollar or pound yen.
Do I have one of those? Yes. Yep.
And then the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Okay. So I put these up on our website for you to pick up each day. Okay, next day, running from 5 p.m. Monday time, nothing. down to 5 p.m. New York time, and we've only got one sort of major news item there, and that's on the US dollar.
US dollar. Okay. So we will have pound US dollar or US dollar CAD. Pound US dollar or US dollar CAD.
Yep.
Then we will have the euro US dollar or let's see, the pound yen.
Okay.
Euro US dollar or pound yen. And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay. Right. And so we're looking for leftovers from Tuesday.
Pound Kiwi or pound Aussie, Chris, not Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool. Okay, and so on Tuesday, we've got...
Tuesday, for the rest of the day for Tuesday, we got the Kiwi.
Yep.
Kiwi, yeah.
And nothing on Wednesday.
Okay, so we will have the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Yep.
Then the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Yep.
And then the pound US dollar or pound yen.
Okay. Okay, so leftovers from Wednesday for Thursday, nothing. And on Thursday we have the euro.
The euro, okay.
US dollar.
The US dollar, so US dollar here, and here, and here, and here, okay.
And the Kiwi just sneaks in.
And the Kiwi, so Kiwi. Okay, so we will have, the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Yep.
Then the Euro US dollar or pound US dollar.
Yep.
And then the pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay. So for Friday, we have leftovers from Thursday, which are the Kiwi still, because it's just borderline.
The Kiwi, okay.
The Swiss.
The Swiss here, okay.
And the US dollar.
And the US dollar, and US dollar, okay.
And
so we will have...
We don't include the monitors, if anybody was wondering what we're doing. So it's just the majors. Okay.
So pound Kiwi or pound Aussie.
Okay.
Pound US dollar or pound Swiss.
Okay.
And then, let's see, here we will have the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Okay. We cover all the time frames in each one?
We cover all the time frame, all the sessions, yes, we do.
Okay, so these go up on the website as well, and I'll save this before anything disastrous happens. I think I've saved it. It's very fast. Okay, so if you have any questions about this, just ask. If you think we've made a mistake, just let us know, because as people notice, I'm not infallible. And okay, so that's it for the top 10 and the NewsWatch list. I'll do that once we've finished with this scrolling party. And we were going to have a look at this, Eusebio.
Yeah. Can you show me the bonds? Yeah, you see, for example, you have USB 10-year. USB 10-year. This is the US Treasury bond 10-year. And so can you display what it will be represented on MATAF, for example? just that. Yeah. Click on that.
No.
So, no, but now it should be included in the list and make a sorting on 4 week. 4 week, yeah. Now it should be in it, no? Oh, it doesn't appear, no.
No, how do I get it there?
Strange.
Included. It should be included. Oh, it's not.
No, it has not been included.
Yeah, that's why I was in here.
Yeah, the 10 year, for example. Yeah. Do it again.
It's not there. This is just what I did. Maybe I have to log in. Crap.
Yeah, now you have 10 US. It was in the list. It was in the list. I have seen it in the list.
It's disappeared again. Okay. Oh,
you see, it is at the top of the list. Yeah, and click on it just to see what kind of other information it will give in terms of charts, for example.
Okay, make this a bit bigger.
Yeah, but it's not useful. No, it's not useful. No, unfortunately, these are information which are extremely valuable, but the way Mataf gives the information is completely worthless.
Okay. Well, tough. Sorry, folks.
And in fact, it's even not the bond which is interesting by itself, but the yield of the bond. So, for example, the 10-year bond, the 10-year yield, or the 5-year yield, or the 2-year yield, and then for each currency, we can calculate the spread between two yields, then do the same thing for another currency, and then we will have the double spread, if I can call that, for a specific pair. And we can show that there was a very strong correlation between the yield spreads and the pair over the years. But this is something I will show in the mini course about the fundamentals and the macroeconomics. Yeah.
And these are of little use? The currency indices?
They are always interesting when you do not want to use a currency meter, but if you have a currency meter, that's equivalent.
Sure.
But the way Mataf represents the information about these instruments is not worthwhile. It's good for the range of the pairs, but for the other instruments, it's completely worthless.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so eventually I'll get what we've just been through up here on our website. Give that time, and if you've got no questions, that's cool. So